What's up, Brad Aiden Johnson here, and I wanted to do a video warning people against the dangers of wasting their fat. Yes, wasting their fat. Now, a lot of people that come to my channel and to the whole fitness world in general start off from being overweight. Generally, people are overweight. If not overweight, have too much fat. Anyway, so it's pretty rare that someone's just really sucked in and skinny. Even if they have low muscle mass, they tend to have extra fat as well. But for the people that are just straight overweight, that identify themselves as being overweight and weigh too much, I'm doing this video to show you that it is not a good thing to try and lose as much weight as you possibly can when you start. Now, a lot of shows like The Biggest Loser, which, by the way, for just my views on The Biggest Loser, I think that is literally poison television. That's like the worst advice I've ever seen overweight people taking. It's horrible advice, they do horrible work, it's rubbish, it's so bad, blah, blah. To The Biggest Loser. Sucks, and it exploits them and other stuff. I'm probably gonna do a video on The Biggest Loser because it's so terrible. Anyway, when you're overweight and you're fat, your muscle mass will tend to be, all things being equal, significantly greater than people that live the same lifestyle as you, the same as you, that are underweight, just because you have extra weight to carry around throughout the day. It just stands to reason. If you had to carry around a backpack with 20 pounds in it and someone else didn't have to carry a backpack around, it makes sense that you would gain more muscle than that person if you did the same thing for days on end, because you have to manipulate more weight day to day. So people that are more overweight tend to have more muscle under that weight that they have. Now, because of this whole Biggest Loser, oh, I lost this many pounds in this many weeks culture of impatience and foolishness that we have, people are trying to lose as much weight as possible. Now, anyone that follows my program knows that I restrict their weight loss and do not celebrate I lost 3 pounds this week. Yeah, no, that's not yay. I don't want you ever to lose 3 pounds in a week. There's nothing healthy about that. I want your weight to drop by a complete maximum of 2 pounds a week. Now, the problem people have is they just want to rush this. They want to go from overweight to Lazar Angelov in 2 to 3 weeks, you know, maybe 1.5 if they can possibly get away with it. And that is foolishness. And what you should do instead is think long term and about the muscle that you would like to have once this is all done, and appreciate that your fat, it really, no matter how much fat you have, it really isn't that much. Now, let's say I say 2 pounds a week, and if you follow a diet strictly and you are really overweight, 2 pounds a week is easy if you follow macros. Like that would just fly off. You won't have to bother with refeeds, you won't have to worry about your metabolism. Just keep lifting weights, keep your calories roughly in check. You will comfortably lose that in a week. I've done it. And I wasn't even that overweight. I've done it. Now, let's assume, right, you are 80 pounds overweight, right? Which is a lot of weight, right? That is a huge guy. If you're 80 pounds overweight, you want to lose 80 pounds, you're really big. Let's say 100 pounds, right? If you're 80 pounds overweight and you lose 2 pounds a week, before a year is done, you're gonna be cut, like ripped, you know? That's all the fat gone, you know? 100 pounds, 50 weeks, less than a year, that's all gone. Now, to people, a year is like, a year? Like, the average person watching this video is like 25 years old. A year is not a long time. If you think a year is a long time, then you must be a young teenager or immature. A year is not a long time. A year just comes and goes. What did you do last year? You can't really remember. What did you do the year before? It doesn't matter. A year is the amount of time that we should be talking about in fitness terms. If you are this is for someone, bear in mind, that is incredibly overweight, right? You know, has 100 pounds of weight to lose. That isn't, you know, it's obviously incredibly overweight. Now, if in that time you control your weight loss, build your muscle mass up in time, and you just slowly cut away your fat, you're gonna be left with, at the end of that time, significant muscle mass and much less fat. Whereas the opposite of that would be, let me cut as quickly as I can. You may shave 3 months off of that by going really quickly, maybe even 4, right? Then you've got 4 months with a significantly lower muscle mass that will take you much longer than 3 or 4 months to rebuild from. Not to mention, you'll feel worse, look worse, and you have to go through all that time of just being behind where you could have been. So I would urge people to do this when they start this. Instead of starting with my cutting calculator, start with my cutting calculator. Just work it out for your baseline, yeah, and then bulk for the first month. Clean bulk really clean bulk, we're talking like half a pound of weight. Put on half a pound of weight. Yes, I just told overweight people to try and put on weight. You heard me. Try and put on half a pound of weight using clean food. By clean food, I mean macro calculated clean food as opposed to literally clean food. Eat macro calculated food, work out your macros for that, and put on a bulk that will gain you about 2 pounds of weight. You're massively overweight, what's 2 pounds? What's an extra 2 pounds gonna do to you? For using weight training, getting stronger, do that for a month, and then after that, with an established metabolism, you will be able to cut from there in a controlled fashion 1 to 2 pounds. What that will do is that will make sure two things. It will make up for any metabolic damage that you may have incurred, which is what happens when you diet for extended periods of time and your metabolism slows down. It will allow your metabolism to reignite over a month. It should be enough time for your metabolism to significantly reignite. That will allow you to be able to cut weight in the future at higher calories. Also, it will make you feel better. You'll feel fuller, you'll feel happier, you'll feel stronger, and you'll be much more confident to go into your cut with a metabolic baseline that you would have worked out and know much more securely than one that you establish through cutting. The one you work out through cutting is kind of provisional. I might do another video on this. This video is going to get a little bit long, but if you start cutting and losing weight from someone that has been trying to lose weight for a long time and dieting, crash diet and all that, you'll have all this metabolic damage, which means your metabolism's all messed up. And then cutting from there is a metabolism is a metabolic rate that will work for you, but it could have been higher if you had been eating healthily prior to that. So if you eat healthily first for a month, it's just a month, it's not the biggest deal. I know these times seem so long, they're really not. Bulk for gain half a pound, which is 2 pounds over those 4 weeks, and then cut from there using a controlled cutting number, say 750 deficit, you will experience a much better cut, a much more controlled one. You will have much more strength in the gym, you will make much more muscle gains, you will look massively better. That is my advice to people that are overweight trying to cut. I'm gonna do some math for this, but not in this video. BradleyAllenJohnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace.